What's happening, Cajun family? As y'all know, I did an update video a couple days ago, and today I'm starting something new with the one and only Slayin Steven on Twitch.
What's up, y'all?
We're calling this Slayin Cajuns because we're going to talk podcast style.
Yep. Actually, my Twitch is Slayin Steven Streamin'. It's spelled S-L-Y-N because I try to be cool, even though I'm not.
It'll be in the description down below.
Yeah, and my YouTube channel, I'm going to start uploading records of my streams there. It's called Slayin Steven, one word, no streaming.
It's in the channel part of my channel.
Alright, Joseph, so what are we talking about today?
The game that you got me into, Overwatch.
Best game I've ever played.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would.
If you don't know what Overwatch is, it's been around for how many years now?
2. They just had their 2-year anniversary a month ago.
Yep. Congratulations, Overwatch. But before we get started with this podcast, guys, here at Cajun Entertainment, and I know over there at Slayin Steven Streams, our prayers go out to Matt Pat and the guys at GT for their loss.
Yep, Game Theory recently lost the first person to come onto the channel besides Matt and Stephanie in the early days.
Yeah.
Ronnie Ani Edwards, who did, in all honesty, one of my favorite series, Digressing and Side Questing.
That was a fantastic series. But, like Matt said, you're not alone. If you need to talk to someone, always at the Cajun family is always here for you. That being said, we're going to get started. Steven, we're going to talk about favorite heroes before we even get started. I know you've been playing this game since day one.
No, I only started a year ago, but I've already got 400 hours in it, so...
So you're going to start us off with your favorite character. Unless you want to go tank, DPS, and then...
That is. That's hard for me to say my favorite hero, because are you talking favorite hero...
To play as.
Okay, to play, because
that's
favorite hero is story, favorite hero to play as...
We'll get to lore later on. That's where your expertise comes into play.
No, there are much better people than me. I just have a pretty good understanding. I have a
better than me.
Definitely better than you. My favorite hero to play as, I think, in all honesty, is Mercy. And people like to criticize her for not being very mechanically required.
Right.
And I think there are some very good criticisms. And, like, there are, like, all the other supports have something about their kit that can be used elsewhere, like with the skills you gain, with like the shooting with Zenyatta or Ana, the melee with Brigitte, and stuff like that. With Mercy, you don't really get those mechanical skills.
Right, and from my understanding of how you explained it to me, you got to be really smart with how you team up with your team playing as Mercy. Like
exactly, because she is so powerful. Even with all the nerfs, she's powerful in some ways.
Excuse me.
She's powerful in some ways, and people like to focus on those, but she's weak in a lot of others. For example, as a support hero, a lot of people say, my tanks aren't protecting me. It's not your tank's job to protect you. If someone's attacking you as Ana, you put their ass to sleep.
Right.
Sorry for my language.
PG show, man. Come on.
I'm trying. Well, technically you can say that on TV, but only once on PG. But, you know, everyone has... Like, Mercy, in all honesty, is, in my opinion, the only support hero where really she has to be protected, because it's very hard for you to protect yourself as Mercy.
That pistol,
and number one, because you have to switch, and there's the animation time and switching between your pistol and your staff. In all honesty, the best thing to do if you're getting dove, especially if you're, like, they're only focusing on you, and it's only, like, it's a 1v1, and say a Winston dies into your backline while you're trying to heal up one of your tanks in front of you, you hook onto your DPS and you Guardian Angel out of there. Your best way to stay alive as Mercy is to get out of there. Yeah. And whilst she's not very mechanically demanding, and I'm a support man, I play everyone. I've got at least 10 hours on all of them except for Ana, but
Ana takes a lot of practice.
She does. She is the most mechanically demanding one. But I am definitely working on her. My biggest thing is aiming the sleep dart.
Yeah, I hate...
Because of the timing.
Because I'm big into playing mystery heroes right now. Because every time I get onto arcade mode, that's one of the main things I see. Either 3v3, 1v1, 6v6. You always see mystery heroes. And every time I get Ana, and I always fail with a sleep dart, I'll be like a pixel off.
I mean, and again, I think she's going to be really strong. Number one, when the buff comes out in a couple weeks.
Yep.
And number two, when when Hammond goes into competitive, because he is really easy to hit with a sleep dart. He's a big target. Most tanks are good targets for the sleep dart, but unlike Zarya, Reinhardt, in some extent Winston and Orisa, and he's like Roadhog in that he can't really stop the sleep dart from hitting him. Like, for example, D.Va can defense matrix, shield on all the shield tanks. Winston's takes a second, but still it kind of works to prevent it.
Roadhog, his count, the only thing he has that really... Cause
he can't stop going to sleep. Every other tank is... And Hammond is the same way.
Yeah.
If you're gonna hit him, he can't do anything to prevent it. There's no defense matrix or shield or bubble that can be put on to prevent it. But like I was saying, Mercy might not require that much mechanical skill, and one of the reasons why I like to play her is, it's not that I'm not mechanically gifted.
He is.
Not really. I suck at all the deep... It's weird. Like,
You're good with tanks and support.
I suck at all the DPSs, but my aiming was Zenyatta and Ana. I played a game of competitive last night where I had gold elims at 30, I want to say. Because they just kept trying to dive me. I started picking them off early, and they just started to dive me, and then I was just charging up I was discording them, charging up right shots, and killing them. But with Mercy, I like it because it gives me the chance to not worry about that and to focus on my game sense. I'm like, okay, they're here. They probably have this ult. It allows me to shot call to some extent, but like to essentially assess everything. And I think that's really her strength. Like, there's no skill hero in Overwatch. People like to say the two biggest ones that people point. Well, there used to be, but they changed her. The biggest heroes that get the no skill complaint made on them, I would say, are Mercy and Junkrat. And the thing with Junkrat is he doesn't require mechanical skill, but he requires a lot of game sense, game knowledge, which, people are like, oh, that's not a skill. I'm like, well, you have to build it up over time, and it's very much...
Look at the Overwatch League.
It's very much like a skill. It's not the same as mechanical aim, and arguably easier to get better at, but at the same time, I'd argue it's just as important.
Right. And you and me talked about this. See, this is our first time doing the podcast, and if y'all like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Shameless plug. They're both our channels, his Twitch and mine. All be in the description if I remember that in editing.
You should.
Yeah, I know it's
recorded. You're going to be listening to it as you're editing.
But my favorite hero is, right now, is the top. I like playing as Zenyatta. I've enjoyed playing as him. He's really good, especially with, like you said, the Discord and the charge shots.
And also, he's really good at countering Zarya's ult, which really... I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they're nerfing Zarya's ult, because they're nerfing Zarya's ult because Hanzo is too strong. Hanzo needed the nerf, so they gave it to Zarya instead, and I really don't like that.
But the other one is someone that you see me play as a lot, Brigitte.
Yep.
Or Bridget, how some people pronounce it.
It's Brigitte. Well, it's Torb Jr. No, but it's...
And she's a great counter to people like Brigitte. Most people don't play as her, but they use her the wrong way. If you look at Saul, some people play.
She's played a lot, and I especially think on console. Yeah. Because I moved from console to PC when
and
I got
I'm the
this
console
PC.
player right now. And she is used a lot, and when I use her,
she's used so wrong on console.
I use her when I see a Genji or a Tracer, because she is the counter to them.
Yep. I mean...
Shield bash,
No, you don't whip shot immediately. With Tracer, there's a 3-hit combo. You shield bash, you swing, then you whip shot. That does 160 damage, I think, roughly, which is enough to kill her as long as she doesn't have an Orb of Harmony on her or she gets bubbled. I mean, you have to be really fast because people have gotten really good as Tracer, as recalling right before the whip shot. Well, no, you'll hit the whip shot, or you'll hit the shield bash. You'll hit them once, and then they'll recall to full health before you can finish them off. Yeah,
and that's where some people have conflict understanding how to use some of the characters.
Brigitte is she has to be fast. Brigitte's got a lot of controversy that people are, oh, she's too powerful. I'm like, to the people who like to complain, there's too many stuns now in Overwatch when you added her, I'm like, I hate stuns. I definitely do, because I hate that happening to me. But when there are 3 in the game,
Not a lot of them.
There's not a lot of them. I remember someone posted a video, and they're talking about how there was too much stuns, and they used a clip, right, with his Reinhardt, got shield bashed, flashbanged, and then stunned by Doomfist. And it's only like a mini stun.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't even consider that a true stun.
But it prevents you from moving. So
yeah, it doesn't last that long, though.
No, it doesn't. But, like, they use that clip, and I'm like, do you know how many compositions would actually run a Doomfist, a McCree, and a Brigida?
That's 2 DPSs.
Well, no, it's good to fit a 2-2-2 comp, but the thing is, Doomfist is a dive DPS. McCree, especially when this video came out, was a short-ranged, really short to mid-ranged kind of sniper with how accurate you have to be as him. I mean,
I really don't like playing as McCree. I don't.
Did you see the new damage fall-off change?
No.
At max range, or at max fall-off, it went from 30% of his total damage was all you would take to 50.
Really?
Yeah, I love it. It's made hit scan viable again.
That's gonna be good to see. Well, now off the topic of favorite heroes, here's a good one for you. I know you're gonna love this topic.
What's that?
Lore.
What about, like, who's my favorite hero for lore?
Yes.
Reinhardt. By far Reinhardt. I love the Don Quixote, the lead writer. Oh, I think it's Kevin Chu. I forget his name. I might be wrong, and I will be corrected in the comments because I know this salty community, and I love being a part of it, but...
And I'm just getting into it.
Yeah, he was talking about... Reinhardt's inspired by Don Quixote, plus the Overwatch animated short... For Honor.
That thing made me sad, man.
It is so beautiful. He's
got
some of my favorite lord. Live with honor, die with glory.
Oh.
My girlfriend actually painted a picture of me with that on it. And I've got it hanging in my living room where we're recording.
Yeah. But for me, looking at the lore, mainly because I've only seen the shorts. I haven't gotten a lot into lore. Like I said, I've only been in the community for 2 weeks.
Yeah, basically.
Sombra.
Sombra, really?
Yes. Here's why. She basically reminds me... I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. Spy from TF2. And let me explain why before people go to the comments and murder me. The way she is, she's working for Talon, but she's working more for herself if you really look at it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's been very clear. And especially...
And plus I love the...
Infiltration. Yeah, that was funny. But... the one hero I wish would have more lore is Zenyatta. I mean, Wrecking Ball dropped on Tuesday and has more lore than Zenyatta.
I know.
The only lore Zenyatta has is that he trained Genji.
Yeah.
And his
master was the one who got shot.
Yeah, Mundata.
I couldn't remember the name.
It's Mundata.
Mundata.
Funny fact, the hotel, right, on King's Row?
Is where he got shot.
Well, no. He got shot outside the amphitheater where the statue is.
Right.
But to the hotel that's right next to that statue, which was put over where he died, there's a sign by the door that says no Omnics. You had
a
Robot Buddha
in front of this place.
Yeah, he died right there, and literally feet away from where Mundata died. No Omnics allowed inside that hotel.
Alright, side note right quick, guys. If y'all ever play Overwatch, and you're on a team with a Genji and a Zenyatta, my brain went blank for a minute, listen, on King's Road, they have an audio where Zenyatta is looking at the statue, and there's an audio log there of them two having a conversation.
About Mundata.
About Mundata.
I think that's only defense, though, right?
It's on. Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, because there's a lot of those kind of voice lines that are triggered by certain things. For example, if you were wearing the Wukong skin for Winston based off of Sun Wukong, and you've got a Mei on your team, sometimes she will say in game. I've never had it happen to me in the spawn room, but like in a game we had someone switch to a Mei. And then we held the point, and then the other team was getting ready for another push, and the Mei said, "You look just like Sun Wukong" to me, and I'm like, holy crap, there's just so much little details put in this game. I love this game so much.
And that's something me and Steven are both very picky about. We love the small details.
I'm not picky about it, it just makes me appreciate the game more.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We appreciate small details that show. Excuse me.
Dang, dude. That's like 3.
Sushi.
Yeah, fair enough.
And y'all probably wondering, hey, we see some podcasts like the Stone Cold podcast, Rhett and Link podcast, and all that have
ear biscuits, We might set up webcam
Keyword.
eventually.
Keyword.
Yeah, but right now I'm the only one with a really good camera, and it's set up for my
Y'all
streaming.
see my normal cameras.
It's set up for my streaming, and it's kind of hard to move where it is. I'd have to move my entire desk really to get at it, and I don't want to do that every week.
I like this because that gives me an opportunity, or Steven, whichever one of us edit that week, to put pictures of the topic we're talking about. Like, this one's going to be a lot of Overwatch pictures.
Yep. But like I was saying, as a support main, that's really what I like to do because I feel like I'm doing more. But earlier you referenced TF2.
Yes.
And I want to talk something like that. People like to call Team Fortress 2 or Overwatch a Team Fortress 2 clone, and I don't see it. Well, no, I see what they're saying, but that's bullcrap.
Right.
Because what it is they're both team class based games, and I plan on making a video about it. I've already kind of put a little work into the script, but the name of the video is going to be like why Overwatch is the best game. And part of that is like it has MOBA abilities and map design influence that you can clearly see. It's got all this different influence that I like that TF2 doesn't really have. And another thing,
TF2. Let me say this right quick. I played TF2. That was one of my first PC games that I played was TF2. I didn't know if you knew that or not. No, I was really into it because one, it was free. I'm cheap. Ain't we all? But I played it because it was so quick to pick up. For me, it was quick to pick up. I played as medic a lot. I played as medic and spy. Maybe that's why I like playing support.
Yeah.
But the games don't remind me of each other except for some of the jokes they make. Like, JT Music does the Tracer versus Scout, Medic versus Mercy, Zombie versus Spy. That's the only...
a lot of the things... You'll see parallels between specific heroes a lot that I do see. Like, those parallels are there. But really what it is they're building off of the same archetype.
Right. They're not just
like Mercy and Medic are given a lot, but they're literally built off of the Doctor archetype in a video game.
And some people go, they're German.
Sombra and Spy are both based off of the
espionage.
The espionage gameplay archetype. But with Overwatch, something I really like about it compared to Team Fortress 2 is when I finally got this computer, I got Overwatch on it, and because my old computer couldn't run Overwatch, it couldn't even run TF2. I wanted to play TF2, I wanted to try it out. And I realized I couldn't.
Right.
Because everyone had like these insane weapons and had been playing for years. And it was impossible. I call it the Call of Duty effect.
Yes.
When people are able to get into it early before you.
Maybe that should be a topic for another podcast.
Yeah, it will be. It definitely will be. And that's also something I've already been I've addressed in my video, which I plan to come out in the next week or so. My channel's mostly going to be podcasts, but sometimes I want to call it, or not podcasts, streams and clips.
Yeah.
But I want to cover some topics that I feel like want to talk about. And that's going to be a part of my Overwatch video. I mentioned it. When I was back in the day, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty.
Same here. That was one of my first FPS.
And I think it might have been all the way back in Modern Warfare 2, which Modern Warfare 2 was my first one. And
all right, I want to make a quick note. Real quick, Steven is older than me.
Yes, I'm 22.
I'm 20. My first one was World at War. That was my first FPS.
Oh, wow. So you got into it before me, right?
My dad was big into gaming when I was younger.
A random number's calling me. Good thing I muted my phone. Anyway, what I was saying is, I remember all the time being in a lobby, doing really good, and then being kicked because the map that was randomly selected, I didn't buy the $30 DLC that was in. And that's one of the things I really like about Overwatch is all DLC is free. Okay, people like say, well, you gotta buy loot boxes. No, you don't have to buy loot boxes. You get 3 free ones a week for playing 9 games, and in 9 games, you should level up.
Yeah.
Well, in 9 wins. So by the time you get all 3 loot boxes for free, you've probably gotten actually 6 or 7 just from leveling up.
Same. That's what I did. You see me do it. I'll sit when I'm over here at Steven's. I'll be sitting there on his couch playing Overwatch.
And especially now with the looking for group feature, because you get a 20% bonus XP when in a group,
and
it's even easier to level up.
And most people I haven't seen a lot of videos talking about this. The new endorsing feature.
That is true. When you level up, and you get
endorsed.
Yeah, when you get endorsed, and then
on
when you
your
level
teams,
up,
you can get a good teammate, good sportsmanship, and shot caller.
Yep.
But if you're supporting
the other team, it's only sportsmanship, and I really don't know why you'd put that in on console. Because
I've actually given it to a lot of people because you can do match chat with console.
Well, in the audio, but why would you go in?
I don't know, but some of the people I've done it with are good people. And they talk.
True.
And they don't get mad. They're not toxic.
Usually, I found the best. I understand. It's I like to give it to people who, especially in competitive games, and if I'm in a group and I've already endorsed everyone on my team who I feel deserves it, which is usually everyone when you find a group and as long as everyone plays their role and aren't toxic. I'll give it to the other team, especially if they say good round or good game, well played. Because whenever I win a game, I'm always at the end of every round, win or lose, I always say good round.
Like me, I'm very competitive. I played football for 4 years in high school.
Yep, played football for 6 years.
I was in FFA, and I did a lot of competitive stuff for beta. Mm-hmm. I like to win, but at the end of the day, we're all a community. Where you
exactly.
You don't know. Next round, you might be on that same team as the person that made you angry in the last match.
Especially in quick play.
Yeah. See, out of the two of us right now, the person, if you want competitive play, you need to go to his Twitch. Because right now, I'm doing quick play to level up and get more experience with the game. And with that, I get a new laptop in a couple weeks. And I'm going to be saving up to get Overwatch on it.
It's only $40 for the standard edition.
You know me.
You gonna get the deluxe of the skins?
Yes.
I can understand that. I mean, I got the deluxe edition.
That's going to be a topic for in a little bit. Skins that have good meaning behind them.
Oh, yeah. Like
Hammond's, Lunar.
Oh, yeah. Like lore-based skins.
Yes.
Those are some of my favorites.
And the ones that make us laugh. There's a lot of those that make me smile.
Yeah, there are definitely some. And then there's the worst ones, like Zarya's Industrial. We'll get to that.
That's later on.
But again, I don't think we ever finished talking about the thing I was saying with Team Fortress 2.
Oh, yeah.
When you compare the two games, the similarity is they're both the same thing. A class-based team shooter. The only difference is Overwatch is more balanced, Overwatch is more fair, and also, the biggest thing is the developers actually seem to care about it. Which they don't.
They're proud of their creation. They've made a league.
They're working on balancing it. They try to keep things fair. They're always adding new heroes, cons, and stuff like that. And again, it's kind of like... My only point,
there's way too many dadgum DPSs. That's just me.
I think it's like... Well, it's because originally there was an offense class and a defense class. Yeah. So kind of like... Which was to show people, these are the heroes you use really if you're trying to control an area. These are the ones you're going to.
Then
if
they
you're trying
changed
to get
it to
picks.
the tank, DPS, support.
Yeah, just DPS in general because...
And see, you don't see that kind of stuff with TF2. I still have it on my Steam account, and I got boxes in there because I'm not paying like $3 for a key. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do that. It's a free game. You're not going to charge me for something in the middle of that game.
Exactly. But
Overwatch, I paid $60.
It's like what happened. The case got dropped, but PUBG, which technically I think it's Korean or Japanese. I think it's Korean. In Korea, it would be copyright infringement, basically, to make another battle royale game. But when in reality, if you look at it through gaming history, the original battle royale game was Minecraft Hunger Games. That was the first battle royale game.
You know, the
and
next
Matt Pat
one
was talking about that.
And the next one that came around was H1Z1. King of the Hill.
Exactly.
And that's where some of the creators for PUBG and Fortnite came from.
Exactly.
I've done my research on that topic.
Yeah, you clearly came to talk about that. Personally, I prefer Fortnite number one because it's free.
Yeah, I
paid $30 for PUBG, and I wish I didn't. It's just not as fun to me. I mean, I have to be in the right mood to play a battle royale.
I can't play Fortnite. I can't. I love the fact that it's free. However, I get tired of playing it. Because that's all I'll get on console, mobile.
People request to play.
Hey, play Fortnite. Hey, play Fortnite. I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I know it's one of the hot things right now.
When I'm in the mood, I can play it for like an hour, but
hour at most.
At most, yeah. With Overwatch, I've sat down and played
all day.
Literally, I had an off day of classes because they got canceled, and basically I was stuck in the house with nothing to do, and I played Overwatch for 12 hours.
I think I came over that day when we were hanging out. I can't remember.
I don't remember, but I literally sat down and played nothing but because it was towards the beginning of the semester. There was really nothing to do class-wise, and I just played Overwatch for 12 hours. You know, I can just play. I lose myself in it.
That like games like that. That's what makes gaming communities where we work together. And let's get on a good topic for you.
What's that?
And this is just for so you can get your anger out. Remember, family friendly, PG. Skins that make us mad or not good skins.
The industrial, like, I play a pretty, even though it's support man, I'm also really good at all the off tanks. I'm a good diva, except at countering Pharahs, and I know diva is super strong to counter Pharah. I'm just not very.
My nightmares at night.
I'm just not very good at doing it. I'm not very good at playing her verticality. I'm really good about using her movement and like getting height and stuff like that. And going around like to peel, but for some reason I just can't keep track of a Pharah while I'm flying at her. But I play a lot of Zarya, and the skin I absolutely hate. I think there's the Industrial and the Cybergoth, and they're like
Cybergoth
the
is the one you told me you can't stand.
I can't stand either because they're the same skin. They're just like the slight color differences, and I can't stand those skins.
Believe it or not. So far, the skins I have, the ones you've shown me, the one I can't stand are the Hawaiian ones for Roadhog.
Really? I like those skins. The Toa and...
Mako. No, Mako's the shark.
Mako's the shark. I forget the other one. I know what I'm... oh, it's fine. We can...
I'll put a picture of it.
Yeah. Right here.
No, this will be my first time editing the podcast, so this is going to be fun. Yep. But it just... Here's why. With him and... Junkrat, I almost called him J-Rat because he's an Outlaws fan, are supposed to be based in
Roadhog's New Zealand.
New Zealand. But they're nowhere near the Hawaiian culture. Yes, I get it.
Wait, no, Maui is the skins are based on Maui, and Maui is a god in New Zealand.
Really? I haven't done a lot of research into it.
Look up Overly Sarcastic Productions is the channel. They are there's
I'll put a link to the channel somewhere.
Yeah, they're pretty big now. They do a lot of really cool animation stuff. Red is the girl who does the animation. Blue does the history stuff. Red does English stuff or mythology stuff.
I did not know that. Yeah, those skins were based off Maui.
But yeah, the hook should have been pretty clear. The look of the hook. Well, depending on really if you're from New Zealand or if you're from Hawaii. Where in the Disney movie, where the islands I pulled from the sea, right? He pulled an island or a chain of islands, depending on the myth, from the sea, and depending on who you ask, it's either Hawaii or New Zealand.
See, I'm not like I said. I'm only 2 weeks in,
but again, that shows you the amount of cultural
research they've done.
I mean. Granted, a lot of people, especially if I remember right, there was a big controversy about those skins from an islander, or like all the Polynesians. I think it was called like the Islander Heritage Group or something like that, because he's a big person, and there's the stereotype of
Polynesians being big guys,
which I mean, from a historian and anthropological standpoint, I'm a history major. That's mostly our fault. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, oh, you gotta blame this race for the sins of their past. I'm not really, because historically, you get to the point where you can't really find a race that's perfect. Or a nationality or a country that has never done anything. But, that's just from a historical standpoint.
Yeah. And see,
and that's just my personal opinion. I can understand the people who... Especially, like, the more recent ones and, like, the people who are afflicted by these people wanting, like, having that because they've got a sour taste in their mouth from what happened to them recently in a lot of cases.
But that's the topic for another day.
Not for this channel. We try and keep it light. That's a pretty heavy topic to dive into.
When I get more comfortable with my editing and this channel being where it is, we'll probably hit heavier topics.
Yeah. But like I was saying, there was a lot of that comes from the fact that Polynesian people traditionally lived a very nomadic lifestyle, moving around a lot. And then we, like, once introduced to Western culture, even before it was really colonized by America, but when it was its own kingdom, they had embassies in other countries, and they started adopting things of for lack of a better term, civilized society. For
Right.
lack of a better term, that
Yeah.
I understand. It is a civilization. It was a civilization.
Yeah.
What we think of civilization. And that led to a lot of it, and it just got worse and worse over the years.
But I've never really studied into the skins.
Oh, there's so... I
There's
mean,
the
the first...
travel. What was it? You told me the bunch of the people have skins for it. Like May, Winston, Roadhog have a skin for like this 8. I don't know which country.
Journey to the West?
Journey to the West. I couldn't. Think of
May doesn't have a skin. For the very first Lunar New Year, so a year and a half ago, the theme was the Journey to the West.
And that's what I'm saying. Every like almost all the skins that are not the different colored variation of the original have a story behind them.
And even some of them. I mean, for example, with Hammond, potassium, chloride, all those other
lithium
skins.
are elements on the periodic table.
And the color is, and the hint given to you is by smoke, like the name of the smoke just being
Gray.
is that's the color of the fire, or the color of the smoke. I think it's the color of the fire, and smoke was supposed to be the hint to the fire, because when there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Is the color of the fire
Even though it looks like an outlaw
when
skin?
you burn the elements. Yeah, I've got the outlaw skin. We're Houston Outlaws fans, but with when it comes to
Bad skins.
the first Journey to the West, which again, Overly Sarcastic Productions has done a multiple part series covering it. Basically, if you've seen the original version of Dragon Ball, it was very heavily inspired
By Journey to the West.
Yeah, Son Goku is Sun
Wukong.
Wukong.
If you didn't notice by the names.
Exactly. The Pillar is part of that. I forget what the name of the staff is in Dragon Ball, but it comes from Journey to the West. The tail even comes from Journey to the West, because Sun Wukong was the Monkey King.
Yes.
But
and there's another character.
I'm trying to think. Roadhog. I think it was Roadhog, Reinhardt.
We'll put
Zenyatta.
We'll put a picture of him on the screen.
I'm pretty sure Winston. That was the other one. Are the 4 heroes who have skins based off Journey to the West from the first Lunar New Year. Last year's, I think it was the 4 cardinal protectors or something like that. I don't know too much about Eastern mythology, but there's like the Phoenix of the South and the Tiger of the West, I want to say, and the Dragon and the Turtle.
I think the Dragon's north, Turtle south. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know the exact directions, but those were the skins that Mercy, Zarya, Genji, and Pharah had representing them for this year's Lunar New Year event back in February. It was a really cool event.
All right, side note, right quick. You said Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
Fun fact: I'm a fan of Ruby. If you didn't go watch the Mississippi Anime Festival, go check that out. But I did a cosplay of a character from a show called Ruby, Sun Wukong, who is based off the same person as the Winston skin.
Sun Wukong.
Yes. He has a monkey tail and uses a red bow staff. Coincidence?
Does it grow like the...
Turns into 4 shotguns.
Weird show.
Hey, coincidence? I think not.
Weird adaptation there. To change it from a growing 10-ton pillar that can raise and grow in size to shotguns. That's pretty cool.
But
we're getting all talking. Back to Overwatch.
But alright, here's a good one for you.
What's that?
I love watching emotes.
Favorite emote?
Let me explain a little bit. Emotes make me laugh. See, I find pleasure in simple animations. I took Votech where I had to learn how to do motion. Mm-hmm. And there's some that make you laugh, some that are shots at other characters even. For example, Hammond has one where he is propped up on top of Wrecking Ball.
Oh, that's a highlight intro.
Yeah,
just
I
like
count that
Diva
as
has one.
I count that as emotes.
Yeah.
Basically animations.
There's a lot of Hammond is cool, but
that one was like ooh, shots fired.
I mean, there are I'm trying to think because I think there are other like my favorite emotes.
All right.
Are the dance skins that you get at the anniversary event, but the dance emotes for Junkrat and Roadhog, because if you time it right, if you time, one of them's the Running Man, one of them's the Cabbage Patch. If you time it right, they high five each other. They stick out their hand and go for a high five. If you do the emotes right next to each other, and I love that kind of. It's like because it's interactive. Like for example, there's for example a Mercy spray and a Moira spray that line up very perfectly. There are several actually.
Yeah.
And I really kind of like that.
like with me, one of my favorite dancing emotes is McCree's. I'm a Southern guy.
Oh, the
Line dance.
Yeah, the line dance. I like one of the ones I think is funny. Soldier 76's Prospector dance.
Oh yeah, the one who has the simplest one is the.
I mean, it's perfectly in character. That
Gabriel Reyes is sitting there
just tapping his foot.
It reminds me of Sully from Monsters University.
Yep.
All right. How about you pick a topic for us?
I think we should make this next one the last one because it's already getting there.
Yeah. This isn't going to be an hour-long podcast. It'll probably be about
40 minutes.
Yeah.
Today is going a little over 30.
Yeah.
But
35 should be the
topic based on Overwatch. Okay. So
make it something where I actually know what we're talking about too.
I'm going to make it something simple because everyone has their preferences, and I want to know, what is your favorite map type?
Ooh, that's a good one. Like favorite map or
map type?
Explain.
Hybrid, escort, control.
You can talk about things I don't know the names of yet.
Well, like 2CP, like 2 points where you have to capture. I think Temple of Anubis. Hybrid is like you have to capture the point and then escort the payload.
2 control points.
Is your favorite?
No, not that where you have to. It's 1 point where you capture it. I can't think of the name.
And then it's a payload.
No, you just build up. And
it's 2 people attacking the same.
Yes.
Oh, that's some people call it King of the Hill. It's control.
Control. I like control.
Yeah. Control is fun.
I like it because if you set up you hate it.
No, I hate 2CP, so that's why I was like, you like 2CP?
That's my second favorite.
What's wrong with you?
There's a lot wrong with me. We ain't got time in this video. But
okay, so what's your favorite control map?
Control?
I'm trying to think. Actually, there's Oasis. Is that the only control map? No, there must be more. I'm just drawing a blank right now.
There's one.
Ilios is the other one.
I like Ilios.
Yeah, I like Ilios.
Ilios is a good city. If you have a team that you work well with, you can do good things. Like if you're on the main, one of the points is there's edges all around. You get a Lucio near one of the ways.
The lighthouse?
Yeah. You can shoot the opponent off the edge, and you can use that to your advantage. And you switch them over to healing and have someone sitting in that corner, like a Bastion with a Mercy.
Orisa is one of the best heroes for that, because you can just send out those orbs.
Yeah. And some people don't realize this. Well, and this is something you explained to me. Bastion with a Mercy team up is a really good team up for that map too.
That map, most maps, the maps I'm best at and probably my favorite are either hybrids or escorts. Yeah. Hybrid because they're really the same thing. Once you get to a certain point, but it also my best map is King's Row.
I was about to say one of my favorite hybrid maps is King's Row.
That's my best map.
I like playing defense on it.
That's my best map. Eichenwald is one of my favorites. My best map is King Road. But my worst map is also a hybrid, and that's Blizzard World. I hate Blizzard World. My thing with Blizzard World is whenever I'm playing it, I either don't even get a tick on first point, or I completely finish the game and steamroll. It's no in between. Yeah, there's no in between with me.
I don't like Blizzard World. It's just a map I can't get into.
I love how it looks. I like the look of it. I love the design. But actually playing it, it
ain't there for me.
But it's hard, and I don't know why. It's just it's just one of those things that just doesn't click for me.
All right. Well, that being said, guys, we're done for this episode of the very first Slayin Cajun Podcast. Yep.
Be sure to check the description for all the outside links. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And with that being said, guys, peace out, nerds.